What's good YouTube, Ben here, welcome to the next video on the channel. In this one, I'm going to give you my next Steel Path viable build on Warframe. This is going to be for Coda Hirudo. Let's get into this. Right, so Coda Hirudo is one of the new Coda weapons that was released as part of the Warframe 1999 update. They are older weapons like the Kuva weapons and the sister weapons, except they're of course better in a lot of different ways. So this one's going to be Coda Hirudo. So let's jump in. Now the Valence Fusion for this is on 60% electricity. So that's what it actually came with. I've not changed it because it's perfect 60 and electricity is actually not bad to have. The weapon's unique trait is critical hits of 5% lifesteal and increases maximum health by 5% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 25%. So it gives you a bunch of lifesteal and maximum health, which is great. The stance mod is Brutal Tide, roundhouse attacks and leaping fists. We've got Blood Rush for 40% critical chance, stacks with combo multiplier. Galvanized Reflex for 50%. Heavy attack efficiency on melee kill, plus 20% initial, plus 20 initial combo for 20 seconds, stacks at 4 times. Galvanized Steel for 110% critical chance, times 2 for heavy attacks. On melee kill, plus 30% damage for 20 seconds, stacks at 4 times. Berserker Fury for on melee kill, plus 35% attack speed for 10 seconds, stacks up to 2 times. We've got Jugular Barbs for 90% puncture and 60% status chance. Slam attacks manifest tendrils to latch enemies within 3 meters, stunning them for 1 second and dealing 25 puncture damage, cooldown 12 seconds. Organ Shatter for 90% critical damage. Virulent Scourge for 60% toxin and 60% status chance. And Vicious Frost for 60% cold and 60% status chance. And we have Melee Doughty as the Arcane. Rank 5, 1.0 times critical multiplier for every 10% puncture status chance on your melee weapon. That's where, so the weapon does mainly puncture as its highest stat, so I added on Jugular Barbs, because that will give it a bunch of critical. If we take that off, it goes down to 6.8, so it gives us almost a full 1 point times more critical multiplier, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly add that back on. But, oh, whoops. But as you can see, so if we quickly add that back on, I don't normally do stuff like this mid-build, so I'm a little bit screwy with it, but it's fine. There we go. Right, so with that back on, it goes 7.7 times, and it gives us 50% status chance, which this weapon status chance isn't great anyway, but 50% is better than nothing. But we're rocking 71.4 critical chance at base, but then this goes up with Blood Rush and Galvanized Reflex, because this gives us initial combo. This will give us combo multiplier. Of course, Organ Shatter giving us normal critical damage, and then of course Galvanized Steel giving us plus critical damage per kill, and Berserker Fury giving us attack speed, giving us a lot of attack speed. Now, we're rocking Electricity, which helps to cut through shields a little bit, and then Viral helps us to cut through health, which works great with criticals because they work sort of hand in hand. But let's jump into the mission. I'll show you what this thing can do. Alright, as per usual, we're here at Oxymoko in the Void, and I'll quickly explain why we're here. So Oxymoko is in the Void, like I said, so it's one of the latest game areas of the Steel Path. Not to mention, here you're dealing with the Corrupted, and with the Corrupted you're dealing with enemies with just health, enemies with health and shields, and enemies with high armor, giving you a more varied example of what your weapon/Warframe can do. And as per usual, we'll stay in long enough to get to the Acolyte, so you can see what this does against Acolytes. Spoiler alert, works pretty darn well. And this is a Steel Path viable build, and I label it as viable because you can easily use this for the Steel Path, but it's probably not going to get you to level cap on Steel Path, which is level 9,999 enemies. But let's jump in. So it does start slightly slow because it does need to build up its multiplier, but once you get 1 kill, that's it. The multiplier then stacks because of Galvanized Reflex. You'll have 5 point times critical multiplier, and then the more multiplier you get, the harder the crits are going to be that you're going to land. So as you can see, we're starting to wombo combo everything pretty fast because of the combo multiplier just going up a lot higher. And we're always landing crits because of that combo multiplier. Now it gives us perfect crits, meaning that we're going to land them all the time and not just every so often. Now it would be nice if Melee included a mod that's kind of like Hunter Munitions. It would be very nice, but they don't. I guess because they don't need to, but at the same time it would be nice to add just that extra slash damage. But as you can see, we are very easily ripping through pretty much everything. I'm going to activate Gloom anyway, not for the lifesteal at this point, but just for the slowdown, just because it makes it chiller. Now, these weapons really do make you feel like Wolverine, which is really cool, because the idea of just like slicing things up like Wolverine is a bit appealing for me, a bit of a nerd Marvel fan. Now, the only time this weapon sort of struggles is against airborne enemies. So enemies that are in the air, it's a bit harder to hit them, so you sometimes have to jump because of that. But look at armored enemies, doesn't really have too much of a problem, especially when your combat multiplier goes higher.
From little things, big
Cool,
things
got some more
grow.
Nightwave done, that's nice. So it's one of the dailies anyway.
You all.
But as you can see, with the combo multiplier being in its max, which is 12 times... Oh my god, there we go. Although I'm still getting used to the movement of the weapon with this stance mod on. Dude, thank you. See, this weapon does struggle against airborne enemies, like I said, so any enemies that are in the air, it's going to be slightly more annoying because it's a melee weapon that's, you know, attached to you. You could sacrifice the attack speed for range, but I don't recommend it because the attack speed is what's giving you some of your damage. Whereas range won't really do that, but what it will do is allow you to hit enemies that are a little bit further away. But even then, I don't think the range would be that good because, again, you're sacrificing damage essentially because of the attack speed. Although I gotta admit, I do not like this layout in the Void. It is really annoying, and I'm really hating that they gave me this layout because it's not nice. It's just more annoying because you have to go through twists and turns to get enemies. It's just irritating. But like I said, as per normal, I'll stay in the mission long enough to get to the Acolyte so you can see what it does to it. But it works pretty darn well. Like, as melee weapons go, of course, because melee weapons are still, like, pretty much the meta when it comes to Steel Path. It's like, oh no, heavy gunner. Although if I could hit it, it would be nice. Yeah, that's right. Still gonna get used to this movement. The movement is a bit weird. I've tried it with the other stance mod as well, and the movement's just as finicky a bit. So, like, keep in mind that obviously this video is not about the movement of the weapon, but it's also about the damage, which is mainly what we're after here. What? Oh, missed one. Lame. Booming. Right, let's go. I'm hoping it won't take... Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. That's fine then. I'm hoping it won't take too long for the Acolyte to spawn. That would be nice. Just so you guys can see what it does quicker. See, it has no problem melting through Eximuses. Like, you can melt through Eximuses pretty darn fast. Crack in. Right, let's go. Even heavily armored units don't take that long to go down. It's, for me, the furtive movement. As you can see, I'm not the best at this movement. And then, of course, your heavy attacks. You could literally just sit here and heavy attack, to be fair. And one, it has the range to start sending things flying, but two, it does a lot of damage. And because of that combo multiplier just being locked at 5 times, you could literally just sit there and do that. If you wanted to. You could just sit here and literally just point your way through the mission. And it would work absolutely fine. And like I said, because of the critical chance being what it is, I could literally just sit here and just boink. 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 No! Hate Jade Xmas. Perfect. Oh, man. This is a slow Acolyte today. To be fair, though, I don't know if it's a thing in the latest update, but I keep getting really slow Acolytes. Doesn't matter what mission I'm on at the minute. Like, Acolytes will just spawn incredibly slow. Oh, that was a nice collection of enemies right there. Oh, don't tell me this is one of those cases we're going to have the mission nearly completed. Because I'm not going to lie, that's going to kind of suck. Hey, there we go. Not too shabby. So we've got the Acolyte coming in. Build up that combat multiplier a little bit more. Perfect. Right. Heavy attack. Doink. And then you can just beat the absolute piss out of him. Boink. And dead. So yeah, works pretty darn well against Acolytes, not gonna lie. Can't complain about that all too much. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Don't forget you can also support the channel completely free just by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Really helps that YouTube algorithm. Don't forget you can also support the channel even further by becoming a channel member for as little as 99 pence per month. And don't forget I do live stream. When I go live here on YouTube and over on Twitch. My streams here on YouTube are in the shorts form feed, more for mobile. If you want to catch the exact same streams at the exact same time in full 1080p, feel free to join me on Twitch or on Kick. Those links are in the description below.